At START, we are a group of researchers that work to do high-quality social science and policy evaluation research to try to inform policymakers and stakeholders to get us onto really sustainable transportation pathway. We define sustainable transportation as transportation that is lower environmental impact, contributes to a vibrant economy, and improves social equity.
The transport sector actually contributes around 1/4 of total greenhouse gas emissions. In British Columbia, it's actually closer to 40%. So reducing emissions in this sector is key for meeting our 2030 and 2050 goals.
We still have a long way to go in terms of reducing our emissions. So it's been great that we've raised the market share of electric vehicles to 1, 2, 3% in different parts of Canada. But we really need to get all the way up to 80, 90, 100% over the next couple of decades if we want to have a hope of meeting our climate targets. There's a lot of people out there who think that technology will get us towards what we need on its own, but really we need to have environmental policy or climate policy driving these changes.
Governments in British Columbia and nationwide are using our research findings to help design sustainable transport policy. Policies such as the Zero Emissions Vehicle Mandate, which was first implemented in California in the 1990s, spurred innovation within the transport sector, and without that policy, we wouldn't have seen the same innovation that we see today. And BC's ZEV mandate is the strongest policy of its kind in the world, and it requires that by 2040, 100% of new vehicle sales will be zero-emissions vehicles. We've found that British Columbia already has some of the highest rates of electric vehicle adoption in Canada. So that policy, combined with other policies in place, has led to higher adoption rates in British Columbia. The START program will next be focusing on other new mobility types of transportation, such as ride-hailing, like Uber and Lyft, other shared modes like car sharing, as well as automated vehicles. We don't yet know if new mobility transportation types will be good or bad for the climate. It's important to understand how consumers might interact with these modes now so policymakers can better design their climate policies for the future.
The clock is ticking on climate change. We need to act now to reduce our emissions for 2030 and 2050.
We need policy today. We need it yesterday to help reduce the impacts of climate change, both in Canada and worldwide. And the faster we're able to design policies that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the better off society as a whole will be.